There's the kickoff, and we missed it.
Go ahead. Okay, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
You aren't going to hear anything.
Can he hear you?
We can hear you.
So we're hot?
Yes, we are. We're hot. Okay, we're here. Good evening.
We missed the kickoff, but hey, we're right with you. It wasn't much. They kicked the ball out of bounds.
All right. Okay, program. Program, Gary. Real game? Do we get a program?
I don't know how we're going to communicate. I can't hear Gary way over there.
Well, you talk and we'll
Here,
shut up.
let me come over here.
There's a handoff right up the
Okay.
off tackle and a big gain on the first play. Like Aaron Davison. So you got Aaron Davison, this 54, right? That's Chris Warren on the carry.
Chris Warren?
Yes.
They're not allowed to recruit pros.
Picked up the first down.
Here you go, G.
Yeah. Thank you. Going to be 1st and 10. And a nice hit, nice line of scrimmage.
Nice hit there by Ryan Myers, Beck. Snuffed that one out. And Edison going with the no-huddle offense here.
A little too high.
Okay. No-huddle offense, Gary.
2nd down and 9.
Trying to catch the Dukes by surprise. I don't know about that.
2nd 9. And another attempt by Warren. That's 3 in a row and picked up about a yard on a play. Going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Did you have a roster for Edison?
Do I?
Yes, you do.
You
3rd
need
down and 6.
No, if somebody wants to spot.
Jake Deere is the quarterback, senior,
You know me,
number
Gary.
10.
I don't mention the other team.
Okay, Deere back to pass, has time, now throws it.
Picked
And
off.
Ogle with some contact knocks the ball away, and still good effort by the receiver, but incomplete. Brings up 4th down and about 6.
That was intended for number 7, which would be
Looked like the no-huddle
Jim Merrill.
backfired
Jim Merrill.
there, Big G.
that's called the backfire no huddle.
So after Warren had a big gainer on the first play of the game, the Dukes defense holds, and it's 4th down.
Edison to kick.
High snap. Good
Ogle.
rock. And it's blocked by
yeah.
Luke Wright. And the ball
Sweet,
comes out of
sweet.
bounds. And about the 48-yard line.
Well, the Dukes to take over 1st and 10. Good pressure by Luke Wright.
Gary, what would that play be called?
That's the Luke Wright.
That was punt block left by Luke Wright.
Still trying to control these
What do you think?
audios
Both
here.
okay? Says Luke Wright.
Run a little hot tonight. Look, hello, David Lee Roth. Run a little hot tonight.
Yeah, we're right on the money now, though, Big.
Okay, 1st and 10 Dukes. 10:37 to play in the first quarter. And it's Dave Charles, number 11. Under center, Chad Browd. Hands off to Ogle.
Ogle picked up about 8.
I think you're going to see a little bit of that this year. A lot of teams are going to be keying on Brady Myers because he's the guy putting up the big numbers. Or Ryan Myers, I'm sorry. And if they do that, they're going to get burned by Ogle and the like. You know, there's a lot of them out there.
We should mention tonight that Josh Henley and Ryan Hormel not playing tonight due to disciplinary reasons. Back on the field, 2nd down and 2. Myers, 1st down, had a flag thrown at the far side of the field.
Must be lined up all sides. Or
That big horse went through the line on that one. He's a workhorse out there, Gary.
he's a mule.
Good to have the Big G back up at Dukes Avenue up here at the Crow's Nest.
Nothing like it. Nothing like having Big G out here. I'd like to thank you for that. Thank you for that Mississippi mud too, Gary. That came in handy one night down there.
Yeah, Monday night.
That was pretty nice. Labor Day evening, I believe that was, Gary. I indulged in the Mississippi mud.
I think Mark's really did taste like mud.
I think he's been indulging in the mud tonight. Just kidding there,
It was
Big.
a little flat. We'll try to sort this out. the crew up in the booth as we got a late start tonight due to some audio problems, and we apologize for that, but we got it underway. It's Gary Edwards, Greg Baker, and myself.
Well, Bake, less than 2 minutes gone, and the refs are already in there rearing their ugly heads. What else is new?
Well, it seems like they've taken up right where they left off last week.
Yeah, you got that right, Gary.
Well, any momentum you get is squelched right now. That's an audio term, isn't it, squelched?
Did they have a problem with what was the problem with the team last week with
Oh, I think there was a little trash talking going on during that game, Gary. And
you mean Fairview trash?
Yeah, they were
talking trash.
Something like that.
Okay.
You know, couldn't have been our guys.
I'm telling you.
Penalty was declined, and Ryan Myers in his first carry. Ryan with 6 touchdowns so far this year. Looking for the hat trick again tonight.
In the offseason, I bet. Okay.
There you go.
Just inside 10 minutes. It's 1st and 10 Dukes at the Edison 33, and Ogle hit the backfield.
Immediately, if not sooner.
Hey, did I hear somebody hit a cycle last night?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Somebody did.
I was up showing the game, but I was having all kinds of problems.
Mark said he didn't hit no cycle last night.
I'll tell you, that was not a good-looking play there by the Dukes. Edison just blew right through the back. Defensive end crash there and shut him down for about a 5-yard loss.
2nd and 15.
Charles back to pass.
In trouble and sacked again for another 5-yard loss.
3rd and 20.
That's Brad Schleshman, number 54, in on a tackle for Edison. And brings up a big 3rd down 20 for the Dukes. So after they move the ball after the first 2 plays, Edison with a couple of stops, and now a big 3rd down 20 at the Edison 44 with 8:50 to play in the first quarter. McKee goes in motion. Charles looks, has a man, it's Mills. Spins and goes inside the 30 to about the 20.
Sweet little move there by Millsy.
About the 27.
4 down territory.
Definitely, Gary. They got definitely in the 4-down territory here.
So we got 2nd and 5.
Troy made a couple nice moves there to.
I mean 4th and 5.
Well, 4th down and 4, and the Dukes, who have yet to punt this year, will not punt now either, as the ball is at the about the 28-yard line. 4th and 4. Need to get just inside the 24, it looks like. Ogle has it, and he is going to be held shy of the 1st down, about a yard short, and Edison will take over. So we thought we'd have a pretty good game tonight, and so far it looks that way as Edison's up to the challenge with the Dukes. Edison coming in 1-1 tonight, winning at against Norwalk and losing last week to Vermilion. Dukes, of course, 2-0 after big wins over Buckeye and last week's opener against Fairview. And Edison going with that no huddle.
I think that's a in direct correlation, Bake, to a lot of Wellington's guys going both ways, and Edison knows that. So they're going to try and wear him down here.
And it's a handoff and a nice defensive play.
Number 9.
63.
Looked like Chris Sword on the tackle for the Dukes. Jim Friday carried the ball.
Friday?
Good day for him. I'll tell you, that play looked like it was set up pretty good there, and Edison's running back just slipped.
Okay. Quarterback keeper gets out close to the 30-yard line. Short pickup. Deere on the carry. That's Davison in on tackle for the Dukes. It's 3rd down and call it 6. 7:27 to go.
3rd down and 6 for the Chargers.
Quarterback back to pass, in trouble, and he's sacked for a loss. That's Big John Sword.
Big John Sword.
Actually, it says JSO on his jersey. And I believe they got the roster fixed on Big John Sword's correct weight and height.
What is that, Gare?
Well, they had him last week at 6'1" and 2 something, and now it's 6'4" and 270.
Gets bigger every
They
week.
should just write big.
There you go.
Okay, 4th down and 12.
Big
Chargers will punt. First punt was blocked by Luke Wright. Good pressure up the middle. Sword got tackled, but no call.
Chance for a good return here, Bake.
Ogle has it. Tries to slip a tackle.
He lost the ball.
He did lose the ball, and I think Edison
Edison's
has
got
it.
it.
They tore it out of Jeremy's
He was
hands.
stripped by number 43, Beecham
Yeah.
Cummings.
He just took it right out of his hands, Gary. It wasn't a fumble. He just stole the ball.
He just stripped
Jeremy
it
had a
right
nice return there, too. The Dukes were looking at real good field position, and that turnover.
And they're still looking at real good field position, but not for them.
His 1st and 10, Edison
Wrong
at their
team.
own 45 after the fumble. Inside handoff, and Warren picks up about 1 on the play. Looks like Boomer Dawson and Chris Sword getting up the bottom of the pile.
It works.
2nd down and 8 for Edison. It's number 10 is Jake Deere. He's the quarterback. He's a 6 foot, 190-pound senior. As we approach the midway mark, Deere back to pass, has time, throws it, and incomplete. Good coverage by Mills. Used that sideline to his advantage.
Intended for Jim Merrill.
I really hate this no-huddle stuff.
Doesn't give you time to catch your breath. Even
No.
up here in the booth, it's kind of hard to. You turn your head, you miss 4 plays.
Like, if I got to win by a novelty, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, 3rd down and 8. Clock stopped on the incompletion, 5:54, and
Deere
Deere back to pass, throws it out there, and overshoots
D.
the receiver.
Same play, same result.
Good D by Mills. Troy Mills had him covered pretty well there. Got a little shot in on him, and Edison's guy never even had a chance at that pass. Quarterback just fired it out there. Looks like he has a nice arm, but the idea is to throw it to your receiver, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, there you go. Halfway point of the 1st quarter, and this is Edison's 3rd punt.
You're right, Gary. There you go. Right on top of it.
That's the way the Dukes hope to be this time on this.
No, they haven't, but need to secure that ball. Is Edison obviously going for the strip again? And
Well, Bake, I'll tell you, just watching this first 7 minutes, 6
Edison won't
minutes,
fake this one.
I'm pretty comfortable we're going to win this one.
good rush and a nice
Just for
kick.
Schlenny.
It's going to the sidelines.
Kick it out of bounds and inside the 30.
30-yard line.
There you go.
No, it went out, I believe, up this way. A little bit more there.
So the Duke's 2nd offensive possession of the night, and tried to establish the ground game, I imagine, and mix it up a little bit. Had Dave Charles at quarterback.
Well, the way to take him out of that no-huddle thing, Gary, is put a nice sustained drive together
There
here.
you go.
First and 10 Dukes. And have a whistle, stops play. Penalty against the Dukes.
Illegal motion. Starting off sloppy tonight.
Yeah, the track's a little sloppy tonight, too. A little rain shower before the game. Not a heavy downpour, but enough to
make it slippery.
Settle the dust a little bit. All right, back to action on the field. 1st and 15. Ball at the Wellington 25. Hand off. Myers puts his head down, gets out close to the 30, original line of scrimmage.
Looks like his head come down awful fast, didn't it?
I'll tell you one thing. It's 54 for Edison, made the tackle.
That's Brad Schlesman.
He's been in a lot of plays, but he's not going to be so anxious to hit Myers after that one.
No.
Ryan, pretty good shot on him.
Well, they got the 5 back, 2nd and 10.
There you go. 5:14 to play. Clock is moving.
McKee in motion. Little movement on the line there in the end. And number 72. But we're not the NFL, so we won't say that.
That's a big boomer.
Don't give
there,
him the number.
Boomer. He gave the number.
Don't give the number or the name.
I don't think Boomer has any little movements.
Well,
he wanted to lower the boomer.
So the Dukes.
To tell you the truth, the Dukes are a little out of sync here so far. The penalties are hurting them because, you know, they're 2nd and long here, and it's taking them out of their game a little bit, out of their character. They just like to power the ball. So we'll see if they can't remedy that a little bit here.
Okay, Mills split out far to the right.
Charles back to throw.
He's got him. He's out there.
He's got a step, and he throws it over the wrong shoulder. Incomplete out And about the Edison 45.
Had a nice spiral on the ball. Just thrown to the wrong side.
Brings up 3rd down and 15 at the Charger, or at the Duke's 25-yard line. Just inside 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, and we're scoreless. Glad you could join us tonight. Next week we'll be at Avon. Well, a couple of us will anyway. Well, maybe just one of us, who knows?
Avon's calling. Charles back to throw.
He's got him wide open again.
This time.
And overthrows him again.
I don't know what that defense is, Gary, if that's zone or what, but I'll tell you what, that guy, if that's not zone, that's one of the poorest man-to-man defenses I've ever seen.
That you've ever encountered.
Troy runs right by him, and the corner out there, he looks like he's looking for some help, and there's no one out there. I think Dukes will have to come back to that later on and see if they can't capitalize on that.
First punt of the year for the Dukes.
And Gilbert back deep for the Chargers.
Ogle back to
snap.
punt.
The kick.
Low.
Nice low driving
over
kick.
end. Gets a good roll.
And he's going to Gilbert the ball.
Picks it up and socked down at about the 43-yard line. Looks like Davison was in.
Luke Wright also in on the play. Luke Wright's a long snapper. He got that baby back there in pretty good time.
Return of about 5 yards.
Got a couple spotters up in the booth tonight, by the way.
5-yard return. About.
Okay, Edison takes over 1st and 10.
Hand off to number 9. Friday, TGIF.
Picked up about 7 yards on the play. Jim Friday is a junior.
Kind of curious to whether or not Edison's pulled this no huddle before tonight, Gary.
I don't know.
Handoff up the middle and close to the 1st down. Should be the fullback more.
I think they give it to him by about a half a yard.
They have the first measurement of the year.
Warren the ball carrier.
They're looking too long.
Yeah.
And then it is 1st down. So 1st down, Edison inside Wellington territory at the 46-yard line. 4:15 to play in the first quarter. And unlike last week where we were here for, seemed like days, this one's moving.
Yeah, this is
quick.
rapid fire here.
Deere hands the ball off, and
that's just not going to work. Uh-oh.
That's Josh Lambert on the carry. Picked up about 2 on the play. Second down and 8. Credit Sword and Myers on the tackle.
In on the stop.
Dukes had it snuffed out initially, but second effort by the Edison runner picked up a couple.
Inside handoff and hit man.
You gotta love to see a stick like that, Gary.
There you go.
Look, just like out there on the practice field with the tackling dummy.
From one fullback to another.
Warren, not a
Sweet
small
little
guy, is 6'1", 180.
He looked like a small guy there as Myers just took him, hog-tied him, and threw him like a sack of potatoes.
3rd and 4.
Deere back. Hand off to Warren.
Well,
Got the
drives
drives
down
inside the
territory.
35.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Edison's basically keeping it between the tackles, and hey, if it's working, I guess you got to stick with it. They're trying to grind it out and wear down the Duke defense, and so far they're having a little bit of success.
1st and 10 Chargers ball at the Wellington 35, and quarterback Deere back to pass, has some pressure, runs into his own man, gets
like
away.
Holding, ref.
Oh no!
Oh, come on. Where was the laundry back in the backfield?
Well, there it is once again. He misses the blatant hold in the backfield. Luke's out there, and the 6 is halfway across his body because the guy's grabbing his shirt, and he calls a terrible pass interference. That's a terrible call. That's a bailout special there. I think they picked these guys up like Collins Township on the way over to Wellington.
Here we go again. This guy already.
They have 5. They have
Where's the
5 open
criteria
seats.
for
They
being a
what's the
referee?
name of that bar out there in Collins? They pick these guys up at. Just kidding, mate.
Don't ask us. Married men will not reply to that. It's going to be a big penalty, and look what looked to be good contact by McKee, and
Oh, that was.
and you know, even if he caught the ball, he would have gained maybe a yard at best.
That wasn't even close.
Larry DeVoe's going to check out there. And while they do that, we're going to pause right now, so don't go away. Okay, and we're back after the timeout. 1st and 10 Chargers after the interference call. Ball is resting at the Wellington 20-yard line. Just inside 3 minutes to play in the first quarter, and Edison
on the move.
On the move. Hand off, and not much is Chris Sword, Mike Arnett at the bottom of the tackle there for Wellington. Friday on the carry.
That play really hasn't worked for them all night, and they just keep running it.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. No gain.
Friday motion, near the ball kick.
And Luke Wright.
Nice play by Chris Sword.
Wright had a good rush there, and it was Sword that made the tackle.
I'll tell you what, Chris Sword's been in on the majority of the tackles. They've been running right at him, and he's been making most of the plays out there.
Okay, 3rd down and 12. The Duke's got a hold right here with the ball at the 22-yard line.
3rd down, 12. Chargers.
Here, hands it off.
Big fullback up the middle.
I think Wellington looking pass, and Edison with the run picked up about 8 or 9 yards on the play.
Edison definitely a predominantly left-handed team there, Gary. Running to the left side all night. Chris Sword and Troy Mills, they're busy over there this first quarter.
Okay, 4th and 4. Here we go. 1:47 to play in the first quarter. Edison at the Wellington 14.
You're going to run that fullback again, Gary.
Deer under center, and here's off to Warren.
No,
they stopped
big
it.
hit.
Not this trip.
Looks like maybe Luke Wright on that play, Bake.
Myers also had his nose in there. That's no big surprise. And Chris Sword also.
Nice defensive stand by Wellington there. I tell you, they were on their heels with this no-huddle offense, and a couple of bad calls going against Wellington, but Dukes have sucked it up here in the first quarter and hung tough, and now maybe they can get a little momentum going for themselves.
Maybe get a little momentum going for the crowd, too, because they got to start getting into this game a little bit.
There you go, as big as this crowd is.
1st and 10, Duke's ball at their own 12-yard line. Hand off Myers.
There's the big Mo.
Over the 20, 10. About the 25-yard line.
Pick up of 13 yards.
That's a guy right there that can establish some momentum for you, Gary.
And he can get the crowd involved.
Okay, 1st and 10, Dukes, ball at their own 25.
Sorry.
Hand off Ogle. Tripped up it. Does a nice
ball,
job.
Jeremy.
And loses the ball again. Edison says they have it.
He left the backfield cradling it with both hands, and he got out there trying to make a couple moves, and the ball's flailing around out there. Luckily, man on the spot, Chris Sword.
Oh,
2nd down. Pick up a 5.
That was huge, Chris Sword. You know,
that's a big play there for Wellington. They could not afford another turnover this deep in Edison territory. This deep in their own territory.
There you go.
Sorry.
There we go. It's okay.
Okay. So
you know, and the problem with Jeremy, just like the punt return, trying to get that extra yardage, and they pop that ball loose.
They're reaching right in there, stripping it.
He did pick up 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
McKee in motion, hand off to
Charles on a keeper.
Pick up at 2 yards.
Ball came loose again. The ball came loose, and the refs blew it dead, basically because they're blind. I think you'll see on the replay there Wednesday or Thursday. When is that, Dave?
Tuesday night.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
The scheduled showing date is Tuesday.
You'll see that was a live ball, because I pretty much saw Dave Charles get stripped there going through the line, and Edison seems to be tackling the ball a little bit here, Gary.
Well, they know it's a little wet tonight, you know.
They've had some success at that, but you know that can burn you.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter of play, and we're scoreless from Wellington. A good game going tonight so far, so let's take time out. Down at 3 for the Dukes. Their own 32-yard line, first play of the second quarter. Myers has it, first down.
Go, big man, rumble.
Close to the 40-yard line.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
And while they move the chains, let's go for one of those patented Big G station identification.
This is WGCC, TV 12, Wellington, Ohio. Go Duke.
God, I missed that.
Answer that phone, would you?
Pick up the phone. 1st and 10 Dukes at their own 40. Myers handoff, has it.
Go, go, go.
Break the tackle, needs a block from Mills, gets around in. He's to the 30. Cuts inside the 25, a nice run for Myers.
Baby.
All the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, you can say what you want about him being a lineman his whole career, but he looked like a natural running back on that one, Gary.
There you go, 50.
Made all the right cuts, read his blocks perfectly, and boy, what a load to bring down.
You know, and we took a little flack last week for Ryan Myers winning Player of the Week again, and doggone it, don't get me started. 51 yards on the carry.
Well, it's definitely a team effort, but you know, the guy's he's having a nice little career here so far.
First and goal.
Nice little shield block by Mills. First and goal.
Yeah, it was.
Myers hit the backfield.
Hit immediately by number 62.
Well, that's the old philosophy. We're going to run it till you stop it, and they stopped it.
That's Corey Enderby. In on the tackle.
Enderby here.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Excuse me.
No gain in the play, 2nd down, 10. Official timeout.
Yeah.
Got an official's timeout on the field. Not a TV timeout, by the way. Okay, 10:45 to go.
Powder?
2nd down and goal for the Dukes. Inside to Myers and short gain.
I think they've sniffed that one out.
Well, it might be time to go to that air attack, that air arsenal here. You might want to try and find Troy Mills over there in the corner. He's been able to get open on just about everybody so far that's tried to guard him, so maybe he can do it right here again.
Okay, it's 3rd down and goal at the 9-yard line.
Post pattern's open for Mills.
And it's going to be Myers. Needs a block and didn't get one.
Nice
Good
tackle,
defense.
number 60.
That's Eric Huckle.
What do we do here? Do we have enough confidence in our field goal kicker? Looks like no.
A timeout, I think, called by Matt Stoll. He's going to walk
Decision
up.
time here, Rick.
4th and 6, and while Wellington takes a timeout, we're going to take a timeout too. So, hang in there. Okay, we're back here. 4th down and goal to 6 for the Dukes.
And too many men on the field. Here they go. Dun, 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 dun. Dukes are ready.
Dukes did have a 1st and goal, but still trying to punch it in.
McKee split way out to the left.
Charles back to pass, throws it over, and deflected. Mills gets drilled in the end zone, but Edison does come up with a defensive play.
So 9:45 to go in the first half. It's 0-0. Edison taking over on their own, 6-yard line. And no huddle muddle.
All right, 1st down Edison. Jake Deere, number 10, quarterback, hands the ball off. Warren gets out to about the 14-yard line.
Houston.
Well, Wellington needs to put a little bit of defense on him here, Gary. Shut them down here and force a punt. Keep them in their own territory, win that field position battle, and capitalize.
Picked up almost 6. There's Warren again.
He's hit, but gets over the 15 out to about the 16, about a yard short, I think.
You know, we said if Houston, we have a problem. What does the mirror? We smeared the mirror.
3rd down and 2. Dukes could use his stuff here. And that might be a measurement there. I think he might be shy.
Could be the first time for Mitzingus.
You know, the Dukes coaching staff were yelling for Boomer to stay in and Arnett to come out.
Well, 4th and 1, and it's Edison's going to have to take the time out here.
Shades of
because
wicky
they're not
wacky.
going for this.
Chargers.
Shades of wicky wacky, I think, Curl.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting the same effect. You can't enjoy the game. I'm going to go down there, unplug that band. I've about had it out of this whole Edison thing. They come in our place, try and set the tone here, and I'm about sick of it.
And we're not even at halftime.
Yeah.
And we got a timeout, so once again, we're going to take this timeout.
For a timeout.
Okay, 4th and 1, and Edison, I think they tried to get the Dukes to blow a timeout there, burn one, Curl, and they wouldn't do it.
Could be, mate. Could be. They're trying all their little tactics. It's not going to work.
There's
He bubbles the ball.
He dropped it. Uh-oh, they got to make the tackle here.
He gets away. He gets the first down.
Picks up the first down.
Boy, oh boy, did that work out for Edison. I tell you, somebody's got a 4-leaf clover in their shoe or something.
Well, Deere
They
gave him.
caught just about every break they could tonight, Gary.
And they have yet to capitalize on
I'll
any.
tell you what. Give Deere some credit. Hit by 3 or 4 guys and got away and picked up the first down at the
Made a
21-yard line.
nice play there.
And Deere under center. Deere back to pass. Quick pass. Whoop. Lolly.
Pass is caught. Out over the 40-yard line. It's number
By Jim
7,
Merrill.
Jim Merrill.
He put that one right on the money. It was a nice pitch and catch there by the Edison.
And Stiles in cornerback for Henley tonight, so he'll be tested, I'm sure.
Not bad coverage by Stiles, but he never did see the ball coming, so that's where he got beat on the play, but he was right there.
His handoff. About 4 yards on the play.
Friday, the ball carrier.
See a few guys out there on roller skates slipping and sliding a little bit.
I ride my bike on roller skates.
2nd and 6 for the Chargers. Deere handoff to
Side
Warren.
handoff,
And
Warren gets out close to midfield and is about a yard short of the first down.
Third and 1 here.
Third and
Big
1.
G, what do you think? Got to stop him
got
again.
a big stick here, big stick. Quarterback, I think.
All kinds of
Like a
movement and
little
no
illegal
flag.
motion, and of course,
Now he gets
There we go.
and there's the ref that we brought in. Took him a while. Somebody hit that joy buzzer of his and told him who was paying him, and he said, "Oh, that's right."
Well, that was like one of the latest flags we've seen all year.
Do the referees have pay to play also?
Oh. Well, he hasn't made the call yet, so
The refs are on that pay to play program.
dead
Here
ball.
we go. Dead ball.
Gary, how can it be a dead ball when he didn't throw the penalty until they
I think
sent
you're
him
going to
the
have
ball?
to give the Wellington crowd a little credit on that one there. Ref didn't do anything until they started moaning over here.
Then he realized where he was parked at.
3rd and 6, and it's time for the Dukes to come up with a big play.
Ball's at the Edison 44 with 7:10 to play in the first half. No score.
Oh, Deere under center. Handoff Warren.
And he's hit, and it's going to lose the yardage.
I'll say one thing about Edison. They really nothing fancy, you know. Straight ahead, not trying to trick you. If they don't get you with their fullback, they just say, heck with it, we'll punt the ball.
And Chris Sword in on another tackle, throwing his hat in the ring tonight early.
Yeah, I'll tell you, without Chris Sword out there so far, I don't know who would have been making all these tackles. He's been in on a lot of them.
Mills goes back to field the punt, standing at about his own 25-yard line.
Millsy looking a little bit like a pilgrim back there with those white socks and black shoes.
Yeah, better pack your lunch.
Mile standoffish.
And ball's kicked away. Nice kick. Mills has to let it go, and it's going to roll dead about the 20-yard line. So the Dukes takes over 1st and 10 now at their own 20-yard line with 6:23 to play in the half. Time to make a statement, I think, with the old
Time
maroon
for
and
a
white.
good drive.
Mills is flanked near side, and Myers and McKee in the backfield. Dave Charles at quarterback. Pitch, Myers.
Whoa.
Gang tackled about the 23.
Say, he was gang tackled, but he moved the pile about 3 yards. Those guys hit him, and they just go backwards.
Picked up 3 yards in the play, being second down 7 for the Dukes.
Got a nice little article in the Chronicle with the Myers in the line this week.
Thought it was Scott Brundage in on a tackle for Edison.
Pick up a 3, second 7, ball on the 23. 5:50 approximately left in the first half.
Key in motion, hitting the backfield. And Edison,
we're going to air it out
good penetration there by the front wall.
Mac never had a chance on that
Sure
when
did.
he got hit just about the same time he took the hand off. He is lucky he didn't cough that one up.
I'm calling for 6. Mills down the sidelines.
Being guarded by number 9, Friday.
Official timeout.
I don't know what that's all about, the official timeout.
I think even the refs have to try and catch your breath right now. I don't.
The no huddles.
Maybe the chain gang needs a little time. Those guys are getting up there in years, aren't they?
Well, there's about 5 minutes left here in the first half, and Duke's got to come up with a little something here to pick up this first down. I think I see what they could do to be successful, but I won't tell you.
Okay. Charles back to pass, needs a block, gets one, now in trouble. And is hit at about the line of scrimmage. Jones on the tackle.
Jeremiah Jones.
It's Jeremiah Johnson's little brother.
I was going to say, Gary, wasn't that a famous frontiersman? Survived in the wild or something?
Mountain man.
Fourth down
and
and
Wildcats.
about
Mountain
6 to
lion.
go. The Dukes will have to punt. Second punt.
Of the season.
Jeremy Ogle back in punting formation. We have number 84. That's Greg Gilbert back deep for Edison. Nice kick by
He
Ogle.
rolled it over. Nice little turnover there. They got to get some coverage on him.
Rolls right to Gilbert, about the 28. He's out to the 40 and about the 42.
Jeremy didn't get a whole lot of hang time on that, but he got some nice distance out of it. Kind of outkicked the coverage there a little bit, Gary.
Had a nice boot.
I don't want to say this game's gone quick, but there's still people pulling in the parking lot.
I'm just not catching my breath from that big climb up the steps.
Gee.
Ball resting on their own 43 yards.
Edison ball first and 10 at their own 43, 4:08 to play in the first half.
Deer handoff to Warren. Warren is
Chris
hit
Sword.
immediately.
In on the tackle,
Chris Sword and
Lambert, the ball
Mike Arnett.
Mike Arnett in on the stop.
Lambert on the carry, second down and 8. Quarterback keeper, Deer has it.
And Ogle
Inside
saved the touchdown.
Wellington 40. Nice fake by Deer.
Ogle on Styles on the tackle. First down for the Chargers.
So Edison with this no huddle offense has had some success. First and 10 at the Wellington 39.
Deer back to pass.
In trouble, throws it.
And gets it off.
Looked to me
Intended
like
for
Chris
Friday.
Sword was just about tackled in the backfield on that one.
Yeah.
And, you know, not to be one to rag on a referee, but what's he looking at? What was he thinking?
We know that you would never rag on a ref.
Now you got to look for the fullback here. This
That
is
was a
what
nice
they-
play by the Edison quarterback to just get rid of that. And he threw that ball right on the money.
Should be Warren here on the carry if they stay to plan. No, it's
It's Friday.
Threw the body left.
Friday gets free. And Myers makes the tackle. Could be about a half a yard short of the first down.
Edison keeps coming up with the big.
No, you don't need the chains for this.
They keep coming up with the big,
Well, we snuck a
the
second
big
off the
plays
clock
when
in
they need them to sustain their drives. And
Well, I'll tell you what, though, this measurement could help the Dukes, too. You know, they have a chance to
break.
regroup here.
They do look
There
like
he
a
is.
lot of sync.
there they are.
The PC of Wellington.
Smitch.
wrestlers, do they?
Well, yeah, like show you how.
Nobody can see.
There he goes.
Well, and then they got to show you how far away they are. Like, we don't know it's close, you know? Like, okay, thanks. This far. How big's a hoagie sandwich? This big. Okay, sorry about that.
Hey, I have a chance here. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Allstate Insurance, the Beverage and Party Center, Schramm Shirts and Cards, and last but certainly not least,
The Wellington Indoor.
the monotones of Gary Edison. All right, 3rd down and 1 for Edison.
Third and half a hoagie sandwich. I don't know. They think they're on TV or something. They saw your
They
camera.
are on TV.
Dare under center.
Here comes the quarterback sneak,
Yeah,
and
that didn't work.
he gets drilled.
Back to the driveway.
Yeah, he did. Big John Sword just blew that play up, Beck.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe Edison wants to think about throwing that play
you know
out.
what happens
because they
there?
got-
That's just the old QB in the center going on the goose, and nobody else knew what happened. He took the snap, nobody moved, and
It's
next thing you know, he's 2 yards in the backfield.
4th and
Another
1.
big play here.
2:53 to play, 4th and a long one at the 29-yard line, actually the 30.
They're going to give it to that big fullback again.
Stick 'em.
Nope, he sneaks it.
It all depends where they spot it. It looks like he got a good spot.
I think we just might see Mitch again. Oh, my goodness, look at that spot.
Look at that spot he got.
That
Come on,
ref's telling
move
him
it. There
back
you
it
go.
up. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be fair here.
Well, it's a bail
And the Edison crowd, it's right in front of them. They're all yelling Homer, but they brought the refs.
Timeout.
Now it's when you want that little
Now,
button there on the chain where you push it and a couple links fall out there
Yep.
for you.
if they pick this one up, you can blame it all on Mitch. Well, this is where the home field advantage comes in.
They got it by a nose.
I think they probably
Move that clip a little bit.
I believe a little better than a nose, too.
I'm afraid they picked this one up, Gary. How far did they make it by, ref? Okay, they don't give us that indication.
Well, 2:42 left in the first half. Edison driving. Ball resting on Wellington's 28-yard line, 29-yard line.
Well, look for Warren on this or possibly Deere with the keeper.
Look for Deere to air one out here.
He's got the wide side of the field.
I think we
man-to-man
covered every
coverage
option
out
there, Gary.
Everyone.
There's
And
Warren.
There's Warren.
Oh, yeah.
That's number 36.
Lambert.
You know, I'll give Edison credit. Their play fakes are pretty good because they got guys tackling the quarterback after he hands the ball off, and I'm watching and I'm thinking maybe the QB still has it. So they do a pretty good job of play faking. Just good they didn't gain any yards.
2nd down 9 for Edison.
There was movement on the line. And there goes.
Lambert gets inside at 20, about the 16. I think you're right, Curly. There was a couple guys that just looked like they hit Lambert and thought they should be chasing the quarterback instead.
Yeah, Mac McKee made a nice tackle there. Save a even bigger gain.
First
This
and 10,
no huddles
Edison.
definitely has them off guard, and they have to come up with a big defensive stand right here before the half.
Deere back to pass. He's got a man in. Whoa,
And blocked
got it
by
down.
Chris Sword.
Chris Sword doing it all tonight.
Well, Bake, you can say what you want out there tonight, but Chris Sword is a man among boys.
He's got a half a plaque.
He's
so
having
far.
a heck of a game, and
He's
I'll
got a
tell you,
half a
without him,
flat.
I don't know where the Dukes would be right now.
That's right.
He's really playing tough. Got
Second.
his hands up on that one, did his job, knocked the pass back, and
2nd and 10. Ball on the 16.
2nd and 10.
1:58 to play. Man, handoff and not much. Who else?
That appears to be
Lambert the ball carrier.
Looks like Chris Sword once again in on the tackle.
appears to be an option play there, and he's just riding that fullback through the line, and it looked like he made the wrong read there. If he might have pulled that one and flipped it to the halfback coming around, it looked like they might have had a chance to get it in the end zone. So hopefully they won't do it this time.
Big 3rd down and 8 at the Wellington 15.
There's
That man
Deere
moved.
back. He's naps his keeper.
Nice play out there by Jeremy Ogle.
Bring up
Boy,
fourth
I'll tell you, that's a tough play to defend when you're the only guy out there, and he did a nice job.
Fourth down and one.
Well, they got a good spot.
I wouldn't give him a
It might
timeout,
have been,
Gary. I'd say you've been running this offense all night, you don't get a timeout.
I think, once again there, that quarterback might have made the wrong read. If he flips that ball to that running back there, he might have just walked in.
And while we have
So
this,
luckily, he's no Mark Kepler out there.
and while we have this timeout, we're going to take a pause, and we'll be right back. Back, big fourth down and one. Ball
119
is at the Wellington 8-yard line.
119 left in the half. Fourth and a big one. And once again, Gary, another big play.
Wellington has to rise to the occasion this time. No fuss, no muss. Just hit him, hit him, hit him. Deer keeper, he's wrong.
made the right read on that
Number
one.
6.
So Jake Deere on the quarterback keeper gets in for the touchdown.
I think that might have been what that timeout was all about, telling that quarterback, hey, you got to make a little bit better reads on that. And he made the right read there, and as you can see, he walked into the end zone. Dukes clapped on that fullback, and there was no one out there to stop the QB.
Well, they try for extra point. It's number 8, Bryant.
Bryant.
The snap.
It's up.
Hits the upright. And goes
through.
Son of
When it's going right, it's going right.
that looked a little bit like Kevin Butler there the other night.
There it is, 1:13 left in the
Cardinals.
first half. Chargers go on top 7-0.
How about that? I tell you, this Edison team, they can say what they want, but they've got just about every break possible here in the first half. That ball hits the uprights, and how often does that thing caroon in? Come on. But Wellington's got a chance here. Minute 11, minute 13 left. They can come up with some field position on this kickoff. They might be able to pull a little something out themselves. I'll tell you another thing here, Gary. You know, this is the first time they've ever been against offense with the no huddle, and they're down 7-0. If they would have got out of that one there, going into the locker room 0-0, that's a pretty good situation.
They're going to have
for
to
the
regroup
Dukes.
anyways, I think. And the bottom line is we looked at the roster, and outside of the Midview game, this is probably going to be the biggest team numbers-wise Wellington will face. Is 49 men on the roster, no freshmen. Contrast the Dukes with 41, but 15 freshmen.
Well, I think right here, obviously, you know, you get into halftime and you can make an adjustment with this no huddle. I mean, it hasn't given them as much trouble as Edison would have liked, but still they're down 7-0 here. But I think Wellington will be able to adjust to that no huddle.
It's a nice kick. Going to be fielded about the 13-yard line. Ogle out to about the 30.
Well, the Dukes take over or start to drive a minute 6 left in the first half.
And Gary, unless something unforeseen happens tonight, I don't think the freshmen will be getting a lot of time.
Well, are they going to be happy to go in 7-0, or are they going to air it out?
No, I don't think you're ever going to be happy, but you have to be careful too. The pass has been open. And it's open there. Mills has it. Spin move.
Nice move by Troy. He's got.
Oh, and he fumbles. And Edison has it at about midfield.
They've greased the ball tonight.
Well, it was there. And Troy made a nice run there. And, you know, you can't fault him for losing the ball, being aggressive like that. Just one of those things, but Wellington definitely has to take care of the ball a little better in the second half. But for right now, they got to play some tough D. I don't know if you'll see. What do you think here? I think they'll. I mean,
well, sure, 50-yard line.
They're going to definitely try and score, but will they go out of character here? I don't like the way that defense is.
They're back to pass, throws it out there, and overshoots the receiver, Merrill.
And that play was there.
That's what I'm saying, you know. I think they might be a little out of character there going for the big play when only thing they've done here the whole first half is run that option. And that's the good thing for Wellington, about that team relying so much on the option. Maybe their big play capabilities aren't up to snuff, but we'll see what happens here this last 55 seconds.
Well, maybe one of these will backfire here.
Second down 10. Deer back to
back
pass.
He's got a man down there.
Has time, man wide open. Boy, there's
Somebody
a blown
missed the
coverage
coverage.
there, that's
There you
for
go.
sure.
Third down 10. Ball still on the 50-yard line.
And that stops
a
the clock.
little mix up there on the coverage, but like I say, it just, to me, it just does not look like Edison is a passing team. That guy there was wide open. All he had to do was hit him, and you know that wasn't even close. So.
And the thing about it too, Curly, is Henley out, one of the top corners that we've seen, and not in the game tonight, along with Ryan Hormel. So Deer back to pass.
Back to pass.
Incomplete.
Deer pass.
Ball on the sidelines.
Well, now you got fourth down, and what do you do?
Well, that's one problem with the passing game.
You got a punt here, and if I'm Wellington, I send the Mad Dog.
And Edison with 3 downs used up only 19 seconds with 3 passes. Why not go for the block?
There you go.
They've already blocked one tonight.
Put Ryan Hormel back. The madman. It's a high kick.
Oh, and he nearly got it. Now Mills has called the fair catch and does so.
Well, I don't think you're going to see the Dukes try and do anything more here.
Oh, the Dukes take over the ball. First down 10.
But if you look for the silver lining here in the first half, you got to think they're down 7-0 against a team that's used a lot of gimmicks against them, and Wellington basically never really got into sync there in the first half on offense. They had a couple of good runs there by Myers, but they kept turning the ball over, and I think if they just keep their cool here and stick to their knitting, they might just be able to prevail here in the second half.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think the Dukes will go up top, and there they go.
Well, there's our prediction to sit on it.
So much.
And I'll tell you one thing, I don't see how anybody could have any timeouts left, as many that were taken there in the first half.
A lot of those, the officials have
I don't
more
know how many of
timeouts
those
than
refs
anybody.
are going to take.
Brings up second down 10, 33 seconds left in the half, and Edison leads 7-0 over Wellington.
And the crowd is quiet.
Yes, the crowd's stunned also.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Take the big man, run him up the middle. If he breaks one, fine. If not, go to the locker room, make your adjustments, and
Wellington in a no huddle.
no, the Duke's going to that no huddle, Gary.
Called 2 plays. Going deep. Going deep.
Charles back to pass, throws
And
the ball
it's
deflected.
lame duck.
Now you're going to have to kick.
Harold's pass is incomplete.
11 seconds. Not quite sure what happened on that play. I think we might have been best off to take your time, line up. If they were going to call a timeout, fine, and if not, go to the locker room down 7-0. But now you're in a situation where Edison can go for the block. You have a bad snap. A number of things could go wrong, but let's hope they don't. Is 4th and 4, we'll go back to kick. High snap.
That's all right. Good play by
7
Jeremy.
seconds.
He had to just do that. Now, it's perfect opportunity for Edison to try a field goal here. I don't know if their kickoff looked pretty impressive, so they might have a field goal team here.
One shot to the end zone.
Well, now, you know,
They better not have another timeout left. I'm going to start counting these timeouts.
they do have a timeout there.
They did have one. I think Edison only took 2 and the rest took 3.
Okay, Edison
That is
calls
their last
timeout.
timeout, isn't it? How many did they get? 15?
Well, let's take a timeout too. So we'll come back with this big play coming up right before the end of the half. So hold on. Back to action, and already, even though it's just at that one play before halftime, possibly two, the Dukes need to make a stand here. 7 seconds left, and Edison trying to capitalize on a bad snap that was down at the Wellington 7-yard line. First and goal. The big number, 7 seconds on the clock.
I don't think you're going to see much more than that option play here, though, myself.
One shot to the end zone.
Back to pass, throws it out there.
No good. Time for a field
Don't we
goal.
have a little bit better homer on the clock? Let that thing run for a while.
All right, Edison's going to attempt a field goal
Make the referees back it up.
with 3 seconds left in the first half. Bryant's out there to kick. I believe that's number 8. And he was the one that hit the upright, and the ball sneaked through on the extra point. The spot at the 15 would be a 25-yard field goal attempt. Good snap. Plenty of distance.
No good.
And it's off to the right.
It's up.
Might end up to be a pivotal play there, Vic.
Well, the Dukes dodge a bullet, and we've come to halftime at Wellington. The Edison Chargers on top 7-0 over the Wellington Dukes. We're going to take a break, have the Wellington High School band coming up, and a message from your sponsors for tonight's game. So don't go away. We'll be back with statistics and much, much more. Halftime statistics is Edison leads 7-0 over the Wellington Dukes. Edison with first down advantage 9-4. Rushing yards 126 for Edison, 104 for the Dukes. Passing yards 20 yards for Edison and 15 for Wellington. And the Chargers with the advantage in total yards, 146 to 119. Turnovers, the Dukes have 2 costly turnovers. Edison with 0.
That's all we've had is 2 turnovers. Okay.
Okay, Gary.
That's official.
Punts. Edison 3 punts for 25 yards. The Dukes, I thought the Dukes had 3 punts. No, they misfired on one punt. Two kicks averaging 34 yards. And penalties, Edison with 2 and
230.
Wellington with 3 for 25. You know, $230 when we get shut out again. I'm gonna have to start coming early to these games. 3444, Edwards, you got it? Come and see me.
3444.
It's not looking good over there, the big G. Okay.
Hold on to that ticket because you just never know.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary. This is how you find out. This is a nice little barometer. Is what this is.
Crunch time.
Hey, and let me just interject
one more
here real
stat.
quick. Ryan Myers, 10 carries, 96 yards. But other than that, we have Ogle with 5 yards and Charles with -2 and Mac McKee with 0. So we got to find somebody else to carry some of this load tonight.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments the coaches have made at halftime.
Warren's the leading ball carrier for Edison. 15 carries, 54 yards for the Chargers. And Deere, the quarterback, with the only touchdown of tonight's game. So far.
Gary. Sore loser up here.
Yeah, well,
saw the tickets fly.
I'd like to thank
Big
Lorain
G.
County Title for supplying the refreshments for tonight at Cooler. We're back at it again.
Well, like I was saying before, though, Gary, I mean, this is if you're a good team, you make the adjustments, you come out here, and you just play the game.
Play football.
And win, lose, or draw.
They moved the ball well enough. Without the turnovers, they probably would have put a couple of scores on the board, and, you know, there's nothing to panic about.
Hey,
7-0.
And like I said, win, lose, or draw, there will be a TV12 Whitney Shell player of the game at the conclusion of tonight's game.
And here we go.
Okay, Dukes to receive the kickoff to open the second half.
It hits.
Mills picks it up.
Picks it up on the 15.
Makes a nice move, and look out!
Ryan Myers says, how do you do?
I'll tell you one thing, Gary. If he gets out there past that last guy, that Ryan put the kicker right on his back, planted the old number 8 there.
Oh, he did. He nailed it.
And all I can say to that is, Jesus Christ, superstar at the half. Boy, that was something, wasn't it?
That Edison band was.
Thought I was having a little revelation there.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Okay, first and 10 Dukes at their own
That Edison band.
37. Charles hands it off to Ogle. Not much.
Well,
Did anybody win the game ball yet?
Yeah, somebody from Edison. A little more confetti out of the booth on that one. I think the problem now with Jeremy is he's more conscious about holding on the ball than he is with running it, and
have an equipment timeout as Ogle trots out the field and replaced by Stiles.
You know, you got to be conscious of holding that ball, and that's what he's doing now. And sometimes that takes away from your running style a little bit, but at this point, hold on to that ball.
2nd down and 9 for the
Conscience
Dukes.
or not.
Fake handoff to Stiles, wide open and overthrows Myers.
Adrenaline is pumped.
3rd down, 9.
Myers had a little bit of room out there, but Dave overshot him just a little bit. And it brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Dukes. Just haven't shown any consistency as in the past 2 weeks. Credit Edison for some of that, but Wellington self-destructing on a lot of plays that appear to be open, especially in the passing game. McKee in motion. Charles back to pass, has time, now is pressured, steps up and is going to be dropped for a loss, 31-yard line.
Corey Enderby on the tackle.
Corey Enderby in on the tackle for the Chargers.
He's 3rd and 18 on the 30. Our 4 should be 4th and 18, excuse me. There you go again, watching the scoreboard.
Ogle back to attempt to punt. Last snap went over his head. Dukes dodged a bullet as Edison missed a last-second field goal attempt. It's a good snap. Ogle gets off a nice kick. It takes an Edison bounce at about the 42 where it'll be downed. And the Chargers will take over 1st and 10, 10:22 left in the 3rd quarter.
The Chargers take over the ball, 1st down, 10.
Now here we go with the no huddle, muddle, scuttle.
Jake Deere, number 10, is the quarterback. He's a senior. Hands the ball off inside, and nice play by John Sword.
Lambert, the ball carrier.
Big John Sword coming down the line there and just snuffing that play out. And Edison's, obviously, they're going to stick with that no huddle. But I'll tell you the truth, that I don't think that's what's hurting Wellington as much as just not making the big play on the crucial down.
Deere back to pass, has time, and now is going to tuck it, now throws it, and incomplete. Full stop, go, and go.
By Friday.
I don't think that you really have to worry about the passing game hurting you that much. Basically, if you can stop the run, stop that quarterback fullback combination, you know.
The man runs like a deer.
Right, he does. That QB runs like a deer, Gary. Good point.
3rd down and 10. Deere back to pass, in trouble.
He's
in
not
trouble.
going to get this one off.
And John Sword says, how do you do?
Well, Chris Sword carried the load in the 1st half, and now his brother,
Big
John, taking over here in this 1st series of 2nd half, and that's what you need, that senior leadership. You got to step up and say, hey, boys, follow my lead.
So the Dukes defense answers the Edison challenge 1st set and forces a punt.
I think if Wellington just calms down here a little bit on offense, sticks to their knitting, they'll be all right.
And Luke Wright awful close to blocking that one. Mills takes it on the run. Runs into his own man and is.
That's a nice play by Troy Mills there. I'll tell you, that saved probably about 15, maybe 20 yards because that ball looked like an end over end. If he lets that thing hit the ground, it's going to take a big roll.
So now it's Sullivan by now.
At least, maybe possibly Lodi.
Lodi.
But here,
speaking of Lodi, they couldn't play Buckeye this week, could they? Cloverleaf.
Well, Gary, what happened to Buckeye? We heard there was a
the viral and spidermangitis or spidermangitis.
Spirogyra.
Yeah, well, 3 kids on the football team come down with it.
Myers
wonder
on the
who's
carry.
got the ball. Oh, so they canceled all sporting activities this weekend.
This weekend for Buckeye, and that's boy, that's a tough loss there. I mean, as far as even canceling a week, you got guys that are sick. That's a very contagious disease too.
They said it's not the.
You know, Gary, we were over there.
Yeah, I know it. Have you got a fever?
You didn't drink from my cup, did you?
I was there too. I used their bathroom.
Well.
Oh man.
Okay, 2nd down 7
queasy
after a 3-yard gain by Myers.
Go, big man.
He gets out close to
And
the...
that's it right there. You know,
Close to the
that's what's the saying? You dance with the one you brought, right?
Dance with the one that
Something like
brung
that,
you.
Gary?
Right, dance with the one that brung you.
Whatever it is. I
Gary
mean,
knows that. He knows all those.
that's
he
what's
knows,
got him to the 2-0 record and the hot start. You got to run that ball.
Hurt near and
You got to run that ball.
You got to heft the ball a
when
little
you got
hard.
that, I don't know.
Okay,
no Eubonics. Okay?
big 3rd down and 1 for the Dukes. Need to convert here. Handoff Myers has the first down.
And there's the conversion.
I think, like I say, if Wellington just sticks to it, you look out there, they've got these guys outmanned. They're bigger, and they have a definite strength advantage on that line. I see a bunch of guys out there for Edison, not taking anything away from them. They're looking pretty small.
Well, I imagine the coaches have challenged the line
Yeah.
in the locker room to...
I'm sure there was some hooting and hollering going on in that locker room at halftime.
And the line was highly touted this week in a newspaper article, not written by yours truly. 1st and 10.
There
Myers.
There he goes. Get out.
He's
Nice
going.
block by Mills.
Cuts back
Come on,
inside.
Ryan. He's going in.
Going all the way.
That's the one that brought you.
46
Stick to the
yards.
knitting.
Say you want to dance?
Boy, that was a nice play there.
Well, I tell you, that was that run there was about half a plaque too, buddy. That's half a plaque. I'm telling you.
That was a nice run there by Ryan to be patient. Troy Mills threw the key block out there. I'll tell you, that was a really nice block by Mills.
John Sword over for oxygen.
And we got another timeout.
Duke's calling timeout.
Dukes.
So now,
John, credit John Sword for the
after the timeout, do you go for 2?
Charlie Joe.
Well, the Dukes have had success. Chris Sword has shown an accurate leg for extra points, and hey, tie's not bad.
Hey, no, you got to kick it here.
But a win is better.
I'd kick it here.
It's too early in the game to be going for 2.
7.5 minutes left, and I tell you right now, I think Wellington pretty much right there proved a little something to themselves that, hey, we can run on these guys, and that's what we have to do.
Ryan Myers,
Here we go, checking on the stats here.
just for the 3rd quarter, because we have him at 61 yards in the 3rd quarter, so now he has 157 yards. Not a bad night's work. You know, I calculated, I know it was early, and you guys, sometimes you don't like to calculate, but the Dukes do look to be going for 2 here. Let's check out the play on the field.
Here we go.
Stick to the action.
Charles under center. Myers.
No. Did not get in. Surprised they went for 2 there.
You know, they should have won like a student body Luke Wright or something, you know.
Well, the Dukes are on the board. 7:35 left in the 3rd quarter of play.
Sorry, Mark.
Showing a little life there anyways offensively, and
Yeah, definitely. I think
7:35 left in the 3rd quarter.
not to speculate here, but I think what Coach Stoll's saying there is, hey, you know, that's not going to be our last touchdown.
Well, obviously it can't be if they're going to plan on winning this one.
So you go for 2 there, and you don't get it, but I don't know. I just don't think Edison has the team that Wellington does, and hopefully it'll all come out in the wash here, but nothing wrong with taking a chance this early in the game.
Well, I think, like you say, Coach Stoll has expressed that with going for 2, knowing that he's going to get a few more points on the board before the night's over with.
Yeah, because, you know, not to knock on wood here, but that was pretty easy. What was it, 3, 4 plays? 4 plays, 60 yards.
Big John Sword getting ready to kick off. High end or short kick to 13.
Time for the Chargers to fumble one.
And a gang tackling at about the 29-yard line. Chris Sword, John Sword.
Number 84 returned the ball for
that would be
Chargers.
Greg Gilbert.
Good coverage there by the Dukes. A host of maroon and white tacklers in on that one.
Okay, now
Chris Sword getting up a little slow.
Defense has to keep it going here, make some plays, and get that ball right back. Dukes trail 7-6, 7:26 left in the 3rd quarter. Warren handoff.
I'm telling you now, John Sword was looking at the quarterback. He thought he still had the ball, and the ball carrier was right in front of him. And they do a nice job with their play fakes. They really do.
Now we're going to have trouble here because Chris Sword is, well, he does get off the field. Thought we might have 12 men. Second down 8, 2-yard gain, handoff right off tackle.
Luke Wright here.
Luke Wright. Say, that defense, Curly, you maybe think you lay on that ball carrier for a while to try and stop that offense a little bit. When you get him down on the ground, do you lay on that ball carrier?
Well, you know, these guys obviously are not prepared for this. So I don't think you're going to see them really change anything. Just try and play that good, tough defense.
Third down and 4. There we go.
They're going to run the ball.
Big stick this time.
There keeps it, and he
doesn't get it. And that's the Duke defense that you need there. And I don't know, Bake, it seems to me like Wellington can pretty much look for the run. The pass, I don't think it's a real weapon for Edison right now.
Well, the Dukes holding the 4th down, going to be a punting situation. Edison at their own 38-yard line.
Well, you know,
set up the return.
What you don't want here is roughing the kicker. That's the only thing you don't want. So Watts knocked on wood on that one, and good
nearly
try.
Blocked. Looked like Sword, and the ball's going to take a sidestep hop there a little bit. Goes out about the 31-yard line.
Now, you say what you want, but Wellington gave him the ball back with, what, 7 minutes left? They ran 1:04 off that clock. Is that what it was? I don't know if that's good for Edison or not. I don't understand, the philosophy. Sure, they might have the numbers on us, but if your 11 aren't as good as our 11, who are you trying to kid?
Right. Go back to the sugar.
Who are you fooling?
All right, the Dukes trying to get it, keep it rolling here. 1st and 10, their own 31-yard line. Pitch. Myers. Close to 4 yards on the carry, out close to 35.
This is nothing fancy, Gary.
No,
just pinning the old ears back and giving it to your big guy and saying, if you can stop it, stop it.
Stop our game, we'll stop your game.
Now, I tell you, I like the attitude there. The power football, that's what Wellington's going to have to do.
Second down 6. Charles hands it off to Myers. Picks up about 4 more. Out close to the 40.
Just like a side yard game, Bake. And I tell you, if they keep this up, I'm going to have to start calling Ryan Myers Keith Byers. Because that's what it looks like back when Byers was at Ohio State, and just give him the ball to the left, give it to him in the right, and he's going to run over most guys because he's bigger than them.
3rd down and 2 for the Dukes. Need to convert here. Myers,
there it is.
First down.
Nice run for the big man.
Out over midfield. It's just a matter of time, I'm telling you, if he keeps blasting into that line. And
that's for sure, Mike, because
throw a semi through that hole.
Just from up here, you're looking at it, there's maybe 1-2 guys on Edison's team that are near as big as Ryan. And he gets in that secondary, you're going to see a lot of defensive backs slipping on the banana peel. You don't want to hit that guy.
Right you are there, Big G, with that offensive line doing a nice job on this drive.
Yeah, they are.
1st and 10 from the Edison 49. Myers bowls inside the 45. Picks up close to 5 yards on that carry.
And this is what I'm talking about. You know, they want to go with that no huddle. They can't do that while they're on defense. You keep them out there, wear them down a little bit, and I think the no huddle works against them.
2nd down, 5 ball at just inside the Edison 45-yard line with 4:11 to play, and the Dukes trail 7-6.
Change it up. He's got some room.
Oh, Jeremy looked like he had.
Edison did a nice job of closing that one up. He had some room out there, but not in time for him to get out there and break loose. But now, once again, you're looking at 3rd and 3. And you're in Edison territory. I'm calling 2-down territory here, right? Or 4-down territory.
A big 3rd down and 3
you got
for the
that
Dukes.
big guy in the backfield.
You know, they know he's going to get it, but they can't stop it right there.
No, that's it.
You can see
it's a physical mismatch. You know, Ryan alone is a physical mismatch, and then you got the the line out there blowing those guys off the ball 3 or 4 yards, and by the time his first contact, he's 5 yards in, downfield. He's gonna. You can't go far wrong with that.
And think about it, not bad defense by Edison. They were right where they needed to be, but some of them happened to be in the way.
But they're being out-muscled, and that's not something they're used to against a Wellington team.
1st and 10 at the Charger 39. Ogle with the carry is tripped up on a nice defensive play right at the line of scrimmage.
Down by Jameson.
Once again, a nice hole, but good defensive play by the Chargers. Stopped Ogle on a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9.
You can't run it every time, but I'll tell you a nice little play here I wouldn't mind seeing Wellington pull. They're running some kind of an unbalanced defensive line, and they stack one side or the other. I think the quarterback could take that snap and go right up the middle. Gary wants that naked bootleg.
2nd down, 9. Fake handoff. Charles back to pass, in trouble, and sacked.
Loss of 7 yards.
Enderby in on a tackle. It's going to be a loss back to the 44-yard line. It's going to be a big 3rd down and about 15. And surprised the Dukes went into a passing situation as well as they've been running the ball. Now almost forced to pass.
Oh, yeah, I think you definitely have to put it up here.
Charles back to pass, and Edison knows it. Throws it out there. Mills is open.
What a catch by Troy Mills!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, baby!
They knew it was coming.
Well, that's what Troy Mills gives you out there. I'll tell you, one-on-one, he's tough to cover. And once again, good coverage, but Troy just out-muscled that ball from
good
the defender.
coverage out there by Edison, but, Troy just made the athletic play there, and that's what you get with a guy like him. He's probably the most athletic guy on the team, and he just comes up with the ball. It's a jump ball. Charles puts it out there, and hey, that's what Mills is out there to do. He makes a nice play.
1st and 10 for the Dukes. Picked up, and here's Myers. They did a good job that time stopping him for maybe a gain of 1. But how about that big 3rd down and 16 conversion? Boy, that was huge.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, it's about time.
We needed it.
It is about time the Dukes caught a break. And it looks to me like Luke Wright's trying to get the coaches to run outside to the left. I don't know if they're gonna.
That's what I thought he was telling the coach. Let's sweep it, sweep it.
I don't know if they're going to listen to Luke, but
You know that Luke Wright.
Luke left.
Luke left.
2nd down and 8. Fumble.
Never got the handoff.
And Edison recovers.
Never got the handoff on that one.
And a big break for the Chargers. Duke's 3rd turnover of the night. And they looked impressive on that drive. 1 minute exactly left in the 3rd quarter, and the Chargers take over 1st and 10.
One minute exactly.
Their own 17-yard line. Deere is under center. Man, it's a movement.
You can't goose
Too
it.
bad.
There's a dead fall.
Looked like a counter play.
Too bad there. The running back and the QB ran into each other in the backfield. Wellington would have had him thrown for a loss anyway, but Edison moved early.
So it makes a 1st down 15 for Edison at their own 12-yard line. They lead 7-6. Deere back to pass. This time has a man out there. Nice catch. That's Merrill on the grab at the 20-yard line.
Picked up what, 8?
About 8 yards on the play. It'd be 2nd down and about 7.
Well, you can't really fault the defense there. You keep it in front of him, and you give up 8 yards, but really not that big of a gain.
They got to call timeout.
I'm not so sure that this no huddle is just working against them. Hopefully it is. And hopefully we can come up with a big turnover here. Do we have a turnover yet or no? Does Edison, have they?
No.
They haven't turned the ball over yet tonight.
They had that punt that they picked up and ran for the first down.
Yeah, that was another big play.
We have a moment here. We'd like
Curtis.
to once again thank tonight's sponsors, Allstate Insurance, the Beverage and Party Center, Schramm Shirts and Cards,
And Wellington Indoor Comfort.
and also Whitney Shell Service for our Player of the Game plaque that will be awarded tonight, and Lorain County Title for providing the cooler for our non-alcoholic beverages.
Remember, just don't be indoors, be indoor comfort.
Gary loves being in the comfort zone, I think.
Here we go. 2nd 7, ball on the 20, 21 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Okay. This could be the last play of the 3rd quarter if it is a running play. And off inside. They're trying to strip the ball. Friday carries it. He's going to be a couple yards short of the 1st down. That should be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Looked like Tim Wade in on the play, and he held him. Myers got a shot on him.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play, with the Edison Chargers hanging on to that 1-point lead, 7-6 over the Wellington Dukes. We're going to pause for these commercial messages, and we'll be right back.
And we're back.
Okay, as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Edison, big 3rd down
All
and
right,
2.
cut that band. Turn it off. Trying to watch a football game here. Oh, that's the one we need.
Oh,
son of a gun. And they get it right back. That was the play we were looking for, Big G.
There it is. There it is.
Well, yeah, that's a good point by cameraman there.
Was that
Camera one.
fumble recovered by 32? That would be Rocky Trevino.
Not Lee's brother.
Well, hopefully they'll punt something here that Troy can field in the air, and he's standing on a 50. So anything he gets, topping on the cake. So he's going back about the 47. Yeah. And Watts just predicted the block, and as you can see, they're not in the punt block. They're in the return.
And he still almost got it.
There's the flag.
And wouldn't you know it?
The ball was tipped.
Right.
Come on.
Look at that.
Ryan Outlaw, pick the laundry up and blow your nose with it.
Oh, man. Once again, the Dukes shoot themselves in the foot. He really didn't. He didn't really hit him hard enough to hurt him, but Edison punter did a good job of getting that Academy Award, G.
Well, they didn't really look to, they didn't look to be in the punt block, the block formation, but
No,
they got
those
in
first
there.
4 guys went all out.
Well, when it's going your way, it's going your way. And Edison has had every kind of break that you could imagine tonight.
And I don't care what anybody says. These refs love making that call. Look at them out there. They're all happy. And, oh, we did something. Yeah.
Well, that's a big 1st down for Edison. Boy, oh boy.
Well, now Wellington's got to just play that tough defense here and force that punt again. They've been able to shut Edison down here pretty well in the 2nd half. But they haven't been able to finalize the deal, Gary.
They've got to do that.
1st and 10 Chargers at their own 36.
Deer under center.
And
off to Friday. And
tripped
Friday
up by his own man.
Up by 75. John Sword got his hand in there.
I think he tripped over his own blocker, Gary. Nothing against Big John, but
we'll give him credit for it.
That's a big plus when you can come up with that negative yardage on 1st down, you know, when you're on the defense there, and hopefully put him in a passing situation.
You know, they got to be really happy and impressed with Matt Davison and Aaron Davison, you know?
Double D's.
There you go.
2nd down 11. Ball at the Charger 35 as Deere looks like he's pretty mad at the sidelines. Someone's calling the play, gets it out.
2nd 11.
Hand off
to Friday.
He's stuck.
It's not there.
Luke Wright.
Now right here, a big 3rd and 12. You know, you gotta just play that solid defense, because I'm not real sure you're gonna see Edison. They might try and throw the bomb here or something, Gary. But
well, I look for him to throw
I think
it.
you just might see him try and run the ball.
And the cameraman agrees.
Well, I got Watts in my corner, and you're all by yourself on this one, G.
I feel like the man on the totem pole, sitting on the flagpole. They think my name's Jose because every time the game starts, they say, Jose, can you see?
Oh, boy. 3rd and 11. Deer back
to pass.
Has time.
And it's
overthrown.
It's not there.
And the Dukes do a good job. They hold them.
They just prolong the.
It's right here. Now it's right here for the Dukes. You know, all they have to do is come up with a big series, get themselves nice field position, come up with a big series on offense, and get a score out of it. And I just don't think Edison can take it down the field against them.
Deer back in punt formation.
Okay, don't hurt him.
Mills standing on this 34
Well, the bad
yard
thing
line.
is they've been close on every punt block.
Oh,
and nice kick.
It's
Got to go get it, Troy.
He fumbles it. And covers it about the 27.
Well, 27-yard line, 9.5 minutes. Plenty. The clock is not a factor, G.
Not at all.
And I think what the Dukes have to do here is what they've been successful with.
Let's just muscle.
Muscle up, try and get physical out there, and
let's get physical.
I like to go for the quick strike myself.
Oh, yeah, there's
on top.
Quick draw,
you can't fall into that temptation here.
There you go, Ryan Myers. Arnhem
But I will
running and
say
moving.
this, I think Mills can beat this guy out here at any
Some movement on the right or left end.
Getting his ears full.
Just can't make those mistakes. They really get compounded here late in the game, don't they?
Well, like I was going to say, though, Bake, about your quick strike, I think Troy can beat this guy out here almost any time. The guy's just playing him too tight. If Dave Charles could get the ball out there where Troy could do something with it, he's on an island out there. There are not too many cornerbacks in high school that can play that kind of defense.
1st and 15. Charles back to pass, throws it out for Mills. Oh, got a flag on a play.
Now he's going to call that on us.
I think he's going to call offensive pass interference.
Yeah, this ref over here, he didn't get enough tension as a kid. Oh, he wants to always be in the spotlight.
Oh, boy, I tell you what.
That's an absolute terrible call.
Well, the defender wasn't even looking for the ball.
Terrible call!
Excuse me for a minute. You're killing us,
You're killing me, Whitey.
Oh, boy.
That's bad. That's a no-catch situation there. And he comes up with a 15-yard penalty. And Edison said, ref, you're so blind, we're going to decline it. No, I guess they didn't. That's
I'm just surprised that
ridiculous.
They went to the air like this. I am.
Well, Troy looked to be the only guy that had a chance for the ball, and he wasn't even close to getting it. So how can, if it's not catchable, can it still be interference?
like I told you, Bake.
In high school, anything happens. All bets are off. 3rd down and 25. You might as well hand it off to
I think
Monty.
it'll be second down and 25. They got their ears back.
Jeremy Ogle coming up with a big catch there for the Dukes.
We'll take it half at a time.
Now you're back at 3rd and 4.
No.
You're in a position here to pick
About
up
3rd and 14.
3rd and 14?
Yes.
You're in a position here to at least compete for a first down.
Well, they made 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 16 the last time, so.
We haven't seen him go to Brady
Got
Myers
Mac
yet.
McKee out
Tight
there.
end yet.
Charles back to pass. Incomplete.
Looking terrible tonight.
Make it fourth down with it, 4th and 13.
We're going to have to kick it.
Well, that big penalty killed him there. But still, the Duke's not looking very crisp offensively. 8:33 left. 4th and 13. Wellington has to call a timeout.
Timeout, Wellington. Speaking of timeouts, we'll take a timeout for station identification. This is WGCC, TV 12, Wellington, Ohio. Well, what do you think? What's this timeout? I mean,
Gary,
just
I don't know.
run...
Why would there be confusion out there on 4th and 13? You have to punt the ball, and
I would think so. If 8:33, plenty of time left to get the ball back.
it certainly can't go for it here. So the Dukes have been battling themselves all night.
All night long. It's been a long night when you play yourself and the other team also.
Oh, yeah.
Themselves,
And the
the
referees.
turnovers, and those zebras.
They're not catching those Z's tonight.
No. Well,
Ogle
now
back.
you're in a battle for field position. 8.5 minutes left. I don't think Edison's had a penalty tonight. Just kidding.
Nice kick by
Jeremy
Jeremy.
got a nice boot off on that one.
And he drops it. Oh, my goodness, are they living right tonight?
They sure are.
Well, they're at the right place at the right time
Oh,
for some
boy.
reason.
Look like Luke Wright down there on the coverage.
What?
Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. Look down there. Right in front, down. Hello.
Okay, 1st and 10, Chargers.
I know it.
Their own 37.
I couldn't resist.
And the
Deer under
defense,
center.
once again, has to do the job. And
Hand off to Warren. Is it Warren
Nice.
or Lambert?
well, it's
Nice,
Myers making
defensive stand
the
there
hit.
by Ryan Myers.
Myers with a nice stick.
I heard the pads crack way up here on that one.
And it was Warren, the ball carrier.
Well, he got a nice spot on that, Gary.
Yeah,
They
he
got him
did.
out close to the
I don't
40-yard
know.
line. And
Well, they've had everything else good tonight. Why not give them another one?
second
Right.
down 8.
I heard you done a real nice job of interviewing the coach after the game last week.
We'll see how good he does tonight, Gary.
What?
Yeah, we're going to send you down to interview the referees.
Oh, no.
Second
I'll
down.
go down there and talk to those refs, but it won't be with a microphone. That one, forget it. He's out there by himself. The QB, Styles, forces him out of bounds.
Styles came up on that play, and
Good
Nice
play by
play
Tyson.
there by Styles. Short game.
did you notice that little dip that the quarterback did before he got the ball? That little bob up, and he bobbed up a little bit.
He ran out of bounds to stop the
Petitioning
clock.
for a little bit of the old
Laundry
illegal
on the-
head bob.
There you
huh,
go.
Gary?
His whole body bobbed.
Run out of bounds helped the Dukes there, especially if they're going to hold him right now.
Well, I'll say this, Gary. I don't think you're going to get a call from these guys. So
3rd and 5.
It's going to have to be blatant.
Deer goes back. He hands no.
No, it's a fumble!
Ruski.
Doggone
Get it
it, Edison
again,
didn't
Gary.
get on top of that thing.
And it's
you know,
4th and 5. No, it'd be 4th and 7.
they get every ball they dropped on
Are they
everyone.
playing the Big T's tonight or what?
Well,
Yeah, they're playing like say we cannot be beat no matter what we
realistically
do.
speaking, right here, if you're the Dukes, you can't be too upset with this situation.
No.
You got 7 minutes left. You're down 1 point. You've been able to move the ball on them. You should
Well.
be able to move the ball on them. And I'll tell you one thing right
They're
now.
going to have to call a timeout or take a
I hope
penalty.
Wellington just puts that pass on ice for a while and keeps running the ball like they did earlier with Ryan Myers.
Well, they're going to set up the return, I believe, this time.
And
with
I don't
Deer.
know how many minutes you get between plays when you're running sugar huddle, but must be 15.
That's a good kick.
And he got his best
go get
kick of the night off.
Oh, boy.
Goes out on the 18-yard line.
There's another break as Ogle didn't get back to the ball. And
Well, that was a real functional punt there. I mean, if he catches the ball, he's 2 feet from the out-of-bounds line. It was just a good punt by the Edison punter.
Well, the clock is definitely becoming a factor now. It's 6:39.
And now we're looking, right, 6.5 minutes left. That's still plenty of time for Wellington to put together a nice sustained drive. Still plenty of time for Myers to break one off here, or anyone else. So, you know, this is what it's about now. You got to just
suck it up and
nose of the grinds down. 3 yards, call it a dust, Gary.
Myers has it.
Come
Big
on,
yards.
Ryan. Hold that ball, man.
They tried to strip the ball, but Myers gets out over the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
I think that Edison was looking past all the way that time.
24 more yards for the big hombre.
Nice run there by Ryan. He's got to be just a little bit fatigued. I mean, he's played a full slate out there tonight.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what,
there hasn't been too many plays off for that guy.
He's not going to come out, I'll tell you that.
No, I think he loves the pressure.
Gets out close to 45.
He looks like the kind of a runner that wants the ball every play, and he might just get it every play from here on out. And I can't really say as I question that philosophy, because he's picking up 3-4 at a crack, and if you can do that, that's a first down every time.
Ball on the 45-yard line, 6 minutes to go in the game.
Second down,
Edison
7.
switched up their pass defense a little bit here, too.
Charles on a keeper.
Charles picks up 3 yards.
Dave Charles did a nice job there to keep his balance and pick up a few yards. That's a big difference going 3rd and 3 as opposed to 3rd and 7 or 8. Especially when you got Myers in the backfield, and you're just about 2 down territory now, Gary, this late in the game, huh?
There you go, with 5.5 minutes left in the game. Duke's down by a point. Ball rushing on their own 48-yard line. Ogle in motion. Hand off Myers. Myers gets the first. Oh.
I don't know. Right here in front of us. I don't know if he picked it up or not, but.
No, they didn't give him a good spot. They'll probably have a measurement. Give us a break.
Come on, ref.
Call for a measurement.
Oh, you know, what is it with these guys? Are they just trying to get me to
timeout?
Snap or on the air?
I think he got a good spot there.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, all criticism aside from the refs, because we're no fan of theirs, but I do think he was a recipient of a good spot.
A good spot.
This should be a repairman. Right here.
Didn't get it. And there's that referee's sporting the Norge.
The crowd reaction was...
Well, they had to give us the signal how far we needed to go.
I wanted to see it.
Well, I know where I'm going with it. And I think Edison knows where they're going with it.
Well, quarterback sneak this time. Just hang on to the ball. And
5 minutes exactly left, 4th and 1.
The crowd getting involved into this.
Let's hope it doesn't hurt that.
And the referee taking the momentum
This
out.
is when the crowd's supposed to be quiet, Gary, so they don't hurt the cadence.
Why not? Yeah, there's the first down.
There it is.
Whoa, and this place goes electric, Gary.
Hey, dare I say flashback to 1974?
No.
Wait a minute.
Don't dare say it.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I'm thinking Clearview, Wellington, similar situation. Clearview goes in at Deuce trail at halftime. Probably the only time all year they trailed. Crowd gets into the game, team rallies, look out, good night for all.
Clearview was a little better than Edison.
Okay.
They had like 4 pros on that team.
Ogle on the carry, picked up about a yard on the play. And Jeremy, you know, probably the worst thing that happened to him early in the game was he was stripped of the ball, and now he looks like he's running defensively, covering up, doing a good job.
He's
covering
definitely
the ball.
tentative, and that's what's enabling Edison to just tee off and key on Ryan Myers a little bit, but still they haven't stopped him.
Clock running down to just 4 minutes left and left to go in the game, actually.
Matt McKee has the one-on-one coverage. And nearly intercepted.
What do you think about that call, Mark?
Well, now you've set yourself up for another. You still have 2 downs.
Yeah,
Gary.
oh, this is definitely 2-down territory with 3:51 left, and we're on the, what, the 40,
Oh, yeah, it's
44-yard
2 down
line.
territory now. 3:50 left. I wouldn't be surprised to see Myers get this ball, too.
Charles back to pass. He's going to run.
Charles turns it up, and he's
down.
gone. Nice run by Dave Charles.
Way to tuck it and run.
I'll tell you, that's really one of the first times tonight we've been able to see Dave use his running ability, and he's right out there. He looked like he had pretty good speed. He split that gap, and he almost broke that one for the big one.
Got down to the 23-yard line. The thing about it was a good play call up here in the booth because they were looking for the pass, and the defender had his back to Charles, was running down trying to cover the receiver, and Charles just ran down for about 20 yards.
Now you go back to the big man. And you got to give him a little bit more than that, but still he picked up 3 yards.
3:27.
Back in junior high, they told me 3 yards on every play is a first down, Gary.
There you go.
Didn't take a math major to figure that out. We didn't need Dick Hyde to help us.
Well, it was 7th grade.
But Dick is in the house.
Maybe 8th grade. I don't remember.
Okay, 2nd and 7. Duke's ball at the Charger 20. 3:07 to play. Got movement.
Flag.
Yes.
We'll take that. 2nd and 2.
That's the one they needed. Nice job there by Charles. Going with the cadence, changing up that cadence a little bit there, Gary, and the nose man. And I'll tell you, that drives a coach crazy when your nose man goes offsides.
I know, when your nose is offsides,
The ball's right there in front of him, and they just don't understand it.
and you
Myers broke a chin strap.
We got Paul Goins going into the game.
And I wish they'd hurry up.
I know you would be loved to be able to say this one. He's going, goings. He's gone.
Well, you're in pretty good shape here, Gary.
I don't think they'll hand it off to a fresh.
There we go.
There's Jeremy, and let's see him do it.
Gets down to
Picks up the big first down. You got to feel happy for the kid. Be able to come up for the big 2nd and 2 conversion. And now Wellington's in the driver's seat, Gary.
And Myers still struggling here on the sidelines trying to get that chin strap.
I'll tell you another thing. If they need me to go down there and help him with that thing, I'll run right down there. Come on, get me back in there.
And Gary, you know, wouldn't be a bad idea for the Edison guys to bring a pair of scissors out there and cut the chin strap. 1st and goal,
3rd and
Dukes.
goal on the 8, or 1st and goal on the 8. There's Jeremy Ogle.
It's to about the 6.
Clock running down to 2:25.
Now there's the fight song we all wanted to hear.
There we go.
Bruh, bruh, bruh.
2:13 to play. Clock is moving. Duke's 2nd down and goal at the 7. Ogle and Myers in the backfield. Charles under center. Chad Brown handoff. Myers has it. Drives inside the 5. Flag could be a face mask, maybe.
A face mask.
That's a personal foul. Face mask, bait.
Well,
First
we'll
down.
find out.
Look at him.
Let's see what the referee has to say about it.
I'll tell you
Face
one thing
mask.
right now. I
Face
hate
mask.
to be the guy out there telling Ryan Myers he wasn't getting the ball in the next play. He wants that. He wants the ball.
It's a no-brainer to me, fellas, because with that offensive line, this is what it's all about. This is the strength of this team, is offensive line blocking and that big dog in the backfield.
Big dog? Big dog. Hey, Bo. I thought he went to Elyria High.
1:58 to play, and the crowd is getting into this one big time.
All we need now, Bake, is that downpour for the Am Pipe Walnut Heights.
Take it 1st and 10, half the distance to the goal.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but any face mask in high school is a first down. And now...
Well, it should be on the 1-yard line.
It is first down.
1st and goal from the 2.
It says 1st and goal on, but it says 3rd down on the side mark, or 2nd down side mark.
The chain gang's got me confused. They got 2nd down up there.
Well, they got
Myers is in for the touchdown.
Oh, and listen to this crowd, Gary.
And the crowd goes wild.
What they call the home field advantage, Gary.
There we go.
Now they go for 2 here.
We've been through the lean years, and now
We definitely go for 2 here, and
that was gut
might
check
not be a
time there,
bad idea
boys.
to just go ahead and give it to the big man once more. But
There
then
you
again, we might see something out there to Troy Mills, because like I said, I think he can get open on this guy.
1:49 left in this one. Dukes with a 12-7 lead, their first lead of the night. Charles back to pass, runs and is denied the 2-pointer. So
1:49 left to go in the game. The Dukes go on top, 12-7.
And the thing about it is, the Dukes got to feel pretty good about themselves because they've been stuffing the Edison offense the whole second half.
Exactly. Well, we'll find Edison going to be airing it out a little bit, I believe.
You need a good play here on special teams by the Dukes to put them in trouble, make them drive down the field with just $1:49 left.
Yeah, I think it's safely to say that the freshmen will see no action tonight. But they'll have all they want tomorrow.
Well, right here, it's imperative, Gary. Imperative. You fill your lanes here on that kickoff team, because you've been getting pretty good distance on your kickoffs all season. So you just fill your lanes here, and everybody's got to do their job. They got to definitely keep Edison back here on the kickoff. They don't want to give him real good field position. But he's doing that thing where he's got the ball flat on the tee again, G.
Oh, well, I put my foot in it, and
Maybe
it's kind of hard to handle that ball if he gets a kick
style.
right.
He did that last week, and that thing spiraled the whole way down.
That was a big boomer last week, Curly.
Yeah, that was Dawson.
Sword kicks it, picked up, and knocked down the 40-yard line, about the 41.
I don't know why we didn't kick it deep. Why? Why?
I think it's going to matter.
1:44 to go in the game. Edison will take over on their own, what, 40?
About the 41-yard line, Gary.
41-yard line.
Well, right here is where I'm going to be interested to see if Edison tries to stay with that no-huddle offense, you know.
They're going to have to.
I don't think so. I think they're going to go back to the huddle now.
Deep. Here we go.
Deer
back to pass. Here's the ball's up. It's no good.
Man was open, but underthrown.
Whoa.
Cameraman wants a flag on the kick of the ball.
Got 134 in the second half. Got 134 in the second half.
The Myers with 134 yards in the second half to go with 96 in the first half. That's 230. You know, Skip Whitney says he can't win it again this week.
Well, Skip, how do you do? Here we go. Deer back to pass. He's got a man in the flats.
Uh-oh, Luke. Luke unloads on him.
And the trainer catches it.
Well, I had that little curl in and stop and go.
I'll tell you what, though. I think the Dukes have him where they want him, throwing the ball.
Oh, and who's that in the camera, Watts?
Needs a new hat.
I think that's the style.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Ball still resting on the 41-yard line.
If that quarterback would have held onto that ball another half a second, Luke Wright would have planted him. He buried him, Gary.
And now while we have this timeout, let's give praise to the guys that butter our bread, the sponsors of TV12 football.
That'd be the Party Center, the Big Dog.
Tram Shirts and Cards.
Allstate, right? Allstate Insurance.
Yes, and Wellington Indoor Company.
And also
Skip Whitney and Whitney Shell and
for the plaques.
And Jim Cook from Lorain County Title. And Curly did such a good job last week. Go for it.
What about that praising that Jesus Christ superstar at halftime,
oh,
Okay. Tonight's game has been brought to you by the Village of Wellington in association with Wellington High School Athletic Department and is intended solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Gary? The comments and opinions expressed by the announcers, that would be Gary and Mark and myself, are their own and don't necessarily reflect those of this station. Any rebroadcast or any other use of descriptions, we'll get back to that.
Here we go. Deere in the center. He's back.
And we got movement on the offensive line.
Okay, now here we go.
Any other rebroadcast or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the WGCC TV 12 and the Village of Wellington is strictly prohibited. I guess I don't have to worry about reading this again.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you let Joyce read it?
Hey, I would like to say something. I'd like to say hello to our sister network, that WGCC down in Glasgow, Kentucky. 95.1 on your radio FM dial.
I'd like to say
Gary, you're
hello
killing
to our
me,
sister station, the Edison
true.
Band. Keep it up down there.
Hey,
You're losing.
Third down and 15, 1:31 to play.
Oh, this big play here, back.
Deere under center.
This is the one where you love
Friday
to be in the secondary, I'll tell
There
you
goes
that.
back. There
That
goes the
ain't
pass.
getting
Here's
it.
a pitch.
Hook and ladder. Mills didn't fall for it.
Oh, and they got the first down, though.
And out of bounds.
And the old hook and ladder play gets him out of trouble for gets him the first down.
We've seen it coming up here.
Made famous by Hank Sutton and Gul Novotny. Worked good in that Vermilion game years ago.
I think Edison is out of timeouts, but
Oh, I can't imagine. How many they get?
Good call. Well, they've,
The refs will probably let them borrow a couple off of it.
they don't have to borrow them. They just let them use theirs.
you have to regroup now here, guys, and make some plays.
Here we go. 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line
Minute
of
24,
Wellington.
that's an eternity, Gary.
Deere under center. Deere goes back to pass. He puts it up.
Caught! Gets down to about the 26-yard line. Ogle on the tackle, but a big pickup, 23 yards, and Edison is not done yet.
A minute 17 to go. Edison down on Wellington's 26-yard line.
You need someone on that defensive line to make a big play here.
Gonna rise to the occasion here. Somebody got to plant Deere a little bit.
1:17 left. 1st and 10 at the Duke's 26.
Deere
Deere
goes
back
back.
to pass.
Come on, Luke.
It's caught.
And he's hit, and hit hard.
The clock will be running.
What's he stopping the clock for? Run the clock. They didn't get the first, did they? Oh, boy, I tell you what. I don't know. I tell you,
They gave him a first down.
this is anarchy.
And Edison at the 15.
I haven't felt like this since the 86 championship game, babe.
Kind of sickening, Curly.
I'm going to puke, I think.
Deere under center, a minute left in the game. He goes back to pass. He looks over. It's up in the air. It's a Hail Mary.
Troy.
baby! Jericho!
All right, Jericho!
That takes me. Jericho. And that takes me back to that Brian Sipe run right in.
Oh, my!
Looks like Bobby Schlimbaker got the good shot of that.
Hey, that could be the play of the game right there.
Well, you know, I hate to second guess a coach, but I can't second guess ours, so I'll second guess theirs. What the heck are they thinking? You know, they moved the ball right down the field. They're in good position. I know they have no timeouts left, but,
Well, hey,
you can't instruct the guy to throw it up for grabs like
we
that.
just got to go lay on it right now. Fall down on it.
Oh, yeah, you don't do anything here. Troy Mills with those sure hands
Player of
secures
the
the
game,
game for the Dukes.
Player of the game, boys. We got a lot of guys. Of course, Ryan with another outstanding game.
Well, Myers
Chris
had a
Sword,
great
the first
game.
half was awesome.
Both the Sword boys played excellent defense.
And Edison just borrowed a timeout from Avon next week to stop the clock.
Who's counting their timeouts?
So what do you come up with? This is going to be a tough call tonight.
I'm not voting.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with Troy on that one. I think Ryan would even say that because Edison was driving and Ryan knew that they were in trouble.
Well, I'm casting my vote for Chris Sword. I think he played a heck of a game in the first half, and he kept us in it.
First half, I agree.
To compound that pick, Bake. Sword isn't 100% out there. He's dinged up a little bit, and you can see him out there. He's playing with a lot of heart. I'll back you on Chris Sword. Troy Mills made the biggest play of the game, but I'll go with Chris Sword with you on that, too. Okay. So the cameraman.
It'll be Chris Sword tonight. Well-deserved, you know, and you put up a good argument for a lot of guys out there, especially big number 45, but I think Chris Sword
he's getting a little tired of...
I don't think he has enough room on the wall to hang all those flags.
Well, I have to say this, and I think everybody here will agree. These are the kind of decisions we like to make.
Absolutely.
These are the hard decisions we enjoy doing.
Definitely. And you know, Ryan Myers, I think...
230 yards, one touchdown.
What the heck? You can't... How can you not recognize the guy as the player of the game?
Clock running
getting
down.
a little boring giving it to him every week.
Yeah, 10
seconds.
And Skip said he wouldn't sponsor if we kept giving it away.
That's a nice win for Wellington. I'll tell you, the Edison Chargers gave him a heck of a game.
Gave them all they needed tonight.
Way to go, Duke.
Curly, you want to go down
a lot
there
of class there, and they're going to have another tough one next week. I might even make the same.
Okay. Why don't you go down there and get a hold of the coach for us?
I got to go talk to my boy, Matt.
There you go.
How's that, Schlen?
Oh, Wellington goes undefeated this year in non-conference play after going 0-15 for the last 5 years.
There you go. The Dukes with a 3-0 start, but this one was anything but easy as the Edison Chargers came in with the no-huddle offense.
But you know, Mark,
threw the defense for a loop, Gary, but give the Dukes credit. They hung in there, they made some adjustments, and played a stellar game in the second half, except for that last drive, and it all turned out well when Troy Mills come up with a big pickoff in the end zone.
Well, you know, don't you think this is a good game to have going into the conference, the schedule part of the schedule now?
Yeah, Gary, absolutely, because you had a team in Edison that looked to be a real solid football team that always has been in the past, and
well, you got to give
school. You know, a lot of numbers out there. They could shuffle guys in and out, and the Dukes had their hands full. They sure did, even to the very end. So,
well, they gave them all they could handle tonight. Edison Chargers came in with a good, I believe, a good game plan. No huddle, trying to keep Wellington off balance, which they did a lot all first half, kept them pretty much off balance. But Wellington is able to pull it through with their the big line, the experience they have, the seniors. They pull it all together here in this last quarter.
An outstanding win for the team when it looked like, for most of the game anyways, they looked like they were just, it wasn't meant to be. The ball was going every way for the Chargers. They drop a fumble, they pick it right up. They buffed the punt, picked it up, ran it for a first down. The Dukes make a nice gain, lose the ball, and come close to blocking a punt, get a rough in the kicker late in the game that could have turned the tide too. So they had to really overcome the adversity that was on that gridiron tonight, and they did so in winning 12-7.
Wasn't pretty.
Wasn't pretty, but a big crowd tonight. They're gonna, for the most part, the partisan fans are going to go home happy. So.
And we'll see everybody Friday night in Avon.
Yep, we're going to get our man on the field there, Greg Baker down there with Bob Schlembaker. Going to get an interview here with Coach Stoll. We'll get them all wrapped up here. Let's get ready to go down there.
Okay. Here we are after the big 12-7 victory over Edison with Coach Matt Stoll. Matt, well, what do you think?
I'm lost for words, really. I don't know what I'm thinking. My mind's just going. I got to hand it to my young men. They hung tough in there. It looked kind of grim there towards the fourth quarter. We had a long ways to go for that score, and we hung tough and converted a couple key, third down plays. You have to hand it to our young men. I'm real proud of them.
Yeah, you had a lot of senior leadership out there, the Sword boys, Myers, and Charles had a nice game there, big run there in the fourth quarter to set up that last touchdown, and there's not much else you can say.
Right. I mean, we didn't execute our best tonight, that's for sure, and you have to give Edison credit for that. They were just really quick at the line, and we knew that. And, I didn't think I'd called a real good game myself. It just seemed like we kind of played dumb football for a while, and all the mistakes early on were kind of going against us, and it was just real good to see a team that has character bounce back like that. It seems like we've had a lot of games like this the past few years where it went the other way.
We're here with Troy Mills after the big win against Edison. I would just like to ask you to run me through that last play, that interception.
I knew they were going for the end zone because there was only like a minute left, and the quarterback just lofted it up. I didn't even think the wide receiver had a chance. And I just turned my head and just sprinted back and looked for the ball at the last second. It was right there.
You guys really came through, only giving up 7 points. Was there any defensive scheme you had you had Henley out in the secondary? Can you tell me a little bit about that, how you had to adjust?
Tyson Stiles stepped in at cornerback. I think him and Jeremy like switched up halfway through the game. And then every once in a while, Brady would come in and help out and take out Keith Dawson, have 5 guys back there when we knew they were passing. That helped out a lot.
You had a magnificent catch down there. It seemed to be double coverage. You just went up and got it. It was, I believe, a 3rd down and long. And what was that play? Could you tell me that?
It was supposed to be a fade when Charles got pressured and he had to elude a couple tacklers. And like by the time he threw it up, I couldn't go any farther because he couldn't make it because he was getting pressured. And I just waited there and jumped at the right time and caught it.
Thanks a lot. Troy Mills. Here with Big John Sword. He had a superb game on the defensive line, him and his brother.
I wouldn't say superb.
Well, it wasn't too bad. I was wondering about not to single out the block punt, or you didn't get a block punt tonight, but you were very close and one penalty, but the punt coverage was pretty good tonight. Could you tell me a little about that?
We just run a middle return, and instead of hitting the center, I just shot the gap, and me and Luke Wright were right there on it.
You seem to be shooting the right gaps all year long, big man. And how are you looking forward to next week?
I think it'll be a good game. Hopefully have more sacks, but hey, we'll see how it goes.
Hey, team victory. We're here with Chris after the big victory, and voted Channel 12 Player of the Week. Single-handedly kept the defense in line in the first half. How was that?
It was just something I have to do. I mean, you got to go out and try your hardest, and they ran my way a lot, and I just did my job.
That's senior leadership for you right there, and all year long it seems to be the seniors have been stepping it up, and the defensive line especially. You only gave up 7 points tonight.
Yeah. We got good leaders, and they just know what to do. So, and we got guys that like to follow behind. So.
Seem to be a little gimpy on that ankle. What is it?
No, I got a bad back, and my ankle's just a little sore, but it'll be all right.
All right, congratulations on that victory, and good luck next. Here with Dave Charles, stepped up big at the quarterback spot, picked up a huge run on that drive. It was it looked to be a quarterback keeper, kind of a broken play, picked up some big yards when you needed it on a 3rd down.
Yeah, Coach called in the play. It was a pass 69 flood. He said if I see a hole, hit it, take it, because that'd be a good play. He said the run would probably be there, so I ran it for about, I don't know, 25 yards, was it about? Something like that, and got the 1st down. That was a big play for us. It got us going.
That was an excellent run on the huge drive. The last drive really salted the game, minus the defense. But you've played well in your quarterback, and has it been a change for you this year than last year?
Yeah, last year I didn't get too much varsity time, and this year I'm really still learning. Even though it's my senior year, still picking up a few things, so I'm learning. And I hope to improve as the season goes, every game. So.
Your running game seems to be hitting on all cylinders. Could you talk to me a little about your passing game? I don't know how many passes you completed. I just remember 2 off my head. I'm sure there was more, but the passing game, could you talk to me a little about that?
Yeah, the passing game I found very difficult to throw against Edison. They were on a cover 2 defense, and all of our plays, all of our good passes are right. Cover 2 stops a lot of those passes. So
yeah, they seem to be taking away the slant pattern. Their safeties would split out. You really couldn't throw the slant. And you guys really adjusted well when you had to pass. You executed, but your running game, Ryan Myers has just been a stud.
Ryan Myers worked so hard this summer. He deserved every bit of what he gets. He worked his butt off this summer. Every day he was over here running behind the tire, pulling it. So he deserved everything he gets.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck next week. We got Ryan Myers here, who again rushed for over 200 yards, probably leading the area after tonight's game. You rack up 200 yards a night, that's got to be tough on you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good right now, but tomorrow morning I'll probably be pretty sore. But it's good as long as we win. I don't care what I feel like.
Hey, that's right. It's always worth it when you can get that victory. Your defense, you were a little 2 men short, kind of. Well, not really, but 2 starters were out. Can you tell me how that was?
Yeah, they had some problems. I guess Henley and Hormel didn't really play. They didn't play their offense starters, too, so both way starters didn't play. So, but we still stepped it up. And when people who filled in, they stepped it up and did a good job. So.
All right, congratulations on that victory, and hopefully tear it up 1-0 next week.
Thank you.
Okay, that will wrap it up for us tonight on TV 12, the Dukes football game. Wellington on top of Edison tonight, 12-7. We'd like to thank all our sponsors tonight: the Lorraine County Title Office, Shirts, Rams, and Cards, Wellington Indoor Comfort, Party Center, Dan Gussman, Allstate Insurance, and did I miss anybody? Whitney Shell for the plaque. Thanks, Skip, for all that, and we'd like to thank both cameramen, Sledge, Mike, and our spotter, Mark Baker. And for the whole crew, I'd like to say good night. We'll see you Friday night over in Avon.